I got a wart. I've had it for years too, like 10 years, and I was looking at it and I was like, let me get one of those wart band-aids. So let's get this started. We're listening to Satan's God, Song of the Absurdist. This has been going on for like, I fast forward, it's been going on for like 10 minutes. And that's good. Check out my YouTube channel for the rest of this video. Read this. It's pretty darn good. Wolverine Epic Collection, Madripoor Nights, Volume 1. Big John Buscema art with Bill Sankovich inking it, or like half of it. And used to fix it. And this is where Wolverine is Patch. Kinda didn't like that. Okay, anyway. On to the review. Last night, I got home. I was let me watch something. And I put on, I've had this for a long time now. And I was just saving it for like a special occasion. So I put it on, and it's the Hunchback of the Morgue, 1973. Where's my paper? Oh. Here it is. Directed by Javier Aguirre, who also did a lot of movies, but the only one I recognize, I haven't seen it, but I know what it is, Count Dracula's Great Love. And this is starring Paul Nashke, or Paul Nasty as I like to call him. He's a hunchback, and he's dim-witted, and he's friends with this young girl who's dying of, like, I can't remember what she's just really sick, and she's about to expire, and they actually this, I heard some reviews said this movie's like a sleazy B, movie, but I found their friendship like pretty sweet and innocent and nice. Like she wasn't like disgusted by his hump and just how weird he was, and he genuinely loved and cared about her because she was like the only person that was nice to him. And then she dies, and I actually just put it on. So I'll just have it on. I'll watch it, and I'll watch it later. But it pulled me in. Man, I was buzzed too. And then like he meets the scientist who's gonna help him bring her back to life. And I don't know if like I can't remember if like the scientists are just like using him and conning him to make him do stuff for him, like Frankenstein using Igor or Fritz. It seemed like the doctor really wanted to help him, but I mean, I don't know. He's gonna bring this girl back to life, especially what happens to her body. And almost right away, like these guys, everyone makes fun of. His name is. I looked up a review, says Jotho, but they say Joto. And these guys are making fun of him that she died, and he kills them. Pretty gory too. So that happens right away, and I was like, well, he can't come back from this. He like chopped this dude's guts out, and he like beheaded another guy. And then like really like something really bad happened because he thinks she's gonna come back to life. But then something happens to the body, and I was like, I don't think she's coming back, Joto. And and then other people piss him off. He's just like so sensitive about her, and that's where like that's why he kills people because of her. And he's never, again, he's like a monster, but everything, all the horrendous things he does comes from like a place of love. So it was good. I really got into it, and I really like um, Hunchback of the Morgue. Um, and then it just ends like the ending, like something happens and it's just over. And I was like, wow, that's. I thought it was overall an effective like Spanish horror movie, and it's because I like the werewolf movies of Paul Nasty. That I was like, I think I got all the werewolf movies, and I was he's a hunchback, I guess. It's kind of it's close to a werewolf from the '70s, and I really liked it. And I mean, I like the werewolf movies, but I think Paul Nasty is pretty good. Fury, I need to review Fury of the Werewolf. That movie's so messed up, but like not in like a graphic or gory way. It's just weird and it's one of the movies that like makes no sense, and I've seen it a bunch of times. Anyway, Hunchback of the Morgue. Let's see what else. And it's pretty violent, and it's got like a good gothic atmosphere. But whenever I watch, okay, well, let me continue about this. Yeah, I was pretty buzzed, and I was like doing other stuff, but it pulled me in. He meets another lady who's really nice to him, and Joto's cool because he knows how like, repulsive he is, and he just doesn't believe anyone can be nice to him. I'm gonna take a apple whiskey shot. So this lady's nice to him, and like that young girl, I think she seemed like 16 or 17. She was the only person that cared about him. So he clings to that, and he just doesn't think anyone can be nice to him. But this other lady's pretty nice to him. Overall, yeah, I really liked Hunchback of the Morgue. I got it from my good buddy Kay Pagan, who does Unearthly DVD. I don't know if this has like a legitimate official release. The quality's pretty good. I don't know if it's got to be from a VHS, I think, but it's pretty good. It's more than watchable. And like, you know, like you can see everything online or buy a Blu-ray of it. There's very few movies. Oh, I had another one that you can't. There's very few movies that you just can't get anymore, and that's Unearthly DVD has those movies. I have this one, Scream of the Demon Lover, and I'm like, watching this made me want to watch this. But another thing I thought of watching, and this is really unfair of me to do, but as I was watching it, I was like, I mean, if you would have said this movie was like from 1968, let's go down, like, if you would have said this is from like 1965, I'd be, yeah, that could be. This came out in 1973. Texas Chainsaw Massacre came out in 1974. And I've seen some reviews of people kind of like that don't like Chainsaw. They think it's dumb. I mean, it's fine. But I think Chainsaw Massacre, like, this came out in 73. When this came out, they were making Chainsaw probably. And Chainsaw is I think it changed the game for horror movies. It's definitely, it's in my top 10. It's one of my favorite movies. Evil Dead 2, Dead by Dawn, Chainsaw Massacre. I like Halloween, but it's just not, I don't think it's in my top 10. Hills Have Eyes. Which I don't have any to get that. But anyway, Chainsaw Massacre is just a disturbing, brutal uh, terror-filled movie. It's not even. Hunchback is just way more violent and gory than Chainsaw is, but Chainsaw just has something about it. Like, um, but yeah, I just want to talk about Chainsaw now. Yeah, so whenever I watch a movie, Spanish, any kind of movie from like 70s, early 70s, or to 74, I just always compare them to Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and just, man. And Chainsaw is on demand on my cable. I can watch it whenever. I have the 10 that Dark Sky, I think, put out, and then I have another. I got like the 4K restoration. Wow, I didn't think this was gonna turn into a Chainsaw review. Cheers. But back to Hunchback. I totally recommend it if you like. If you already like if you've seen the Nashki werewolf movies, if you like Tombs of the Blind Dead, Italian horror movies. I would say this one is must see if you like those kind of movies, and it's like I haven't seen. Oh, I saw The Hunt. I really like The Hunt, but I was like, wow, this is really good. It reminds me why I like these kinds of movies, and I mean, this will probably be garbage, I bet, but we'll see. Like I said, Hunchback made me just makes me want to see more movies. So that's about it. I had to, I was drinking, having some shots and beers last night, and I was like, I got into it. It was almost like when I was a kid, staying up late at night. So, man, is it over? Okay. Hunchback of the Morgue. Check it out.